the time that you spend with your children, because we're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. So just take every single moment, even the bad ones, and make it magical. And I think that's something we all can do. It just takes a little time.
For me, the magical moment is, first of all, when I saw each of them in my hands when they were born. What a gift. And every time you see them raised above whatever they're going through, that's a magical moment for me.
Guess that every single day is magical for me because I'm always learning. My kids show me so much. It doesn't have to be something big to be magical. So I guess for me, that's what it is to be a mother and living with my magical kids.
Those moments when your kids come to you and they say, "You're the best mom," or those really, really cute, unwarranted hugs that they give you, the love that they give you, those are really the magical moments for me. All the bad washes away.
I think one of the most magical moments is being able to see my daughters experience some wonderful accomplishments in their life and being front row and being able to see that for them, with them.
My motherhood magical moment would be the moment that I found that I was pregnant with my oldest, because I was not at a place that I wanted to have children. I'd never even thought about it. And it was the moment in my life that I decided that I'm going to be a mom. And that was the most important decision I made that led me to the life, the husband, and the family that I have now. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
My magical moment is giving birth to my kids. My first daughter, Love, as she was ready to be born, she was pressing me because she says, "You're magical, so hurry up and release me."
There have been so many magical moments, so the most embarrassing, the craziest times, to the tiniest little smile when the little one's looking up at me. Motherhood is one of the greatest adventures, one of the most difficult, most challenging, most wonderful moments of a lifetime.
The final magical moment was seeing my biological daughter graduate high school and go on to college. So that was the culmination of the journey, was the magical moment.
I think the magical moments are just being with your family and having those times together where you're just a family unit, I think is really powerful. And you just learn a lot and it brings you closeness together, which I think brings a strong family value.
Seeing how resilient my kids have become. My kids went through a lot. The divorce was not healthy. 2 months after the divorce was final, our house caught on fire. To see how well my son did, it opened up my eyes, and now I've been able to see it on my girl and how well they're doing. Basically, my magical moment is just how resilient they are.
Here at my house, I have what I call my mommy magic closet, and I'm creating everyday magical moments for my kiddos. So it's my kind of a clutter closet now, but it's my where everything goes. And so we wake up, and some days I have a schedule, some days I don't, but we just go into my closet, see what we can find, and together go through this magical journey. And to me, that's what motherhood's been with my children.
To me, motherhood's magical moments are when you walk into the room and your kids run towards you and hug you and love you just for being there. And magical moments happen in motherhood when you finally see progress on that thing that you've been working on with your kid, and it becomes easier for them to do the things that were once really hard.
Last summer, I got selected to speak at the National Down Syndrome Convention. Been talking to people about Down syndrome advocacy, which aims to improve the diagnosis experience. We got told our quality of life was going to be terrible. Something clicked in my head, and it went from resenting that diagnosis and feeling the burden of it to feeling like I'm actually making a change, I'm making a difference.
It really was when I was trying to help my children solve their problems as adults, that you just hand it over to God. It was really an eye-opener for me to realize that He cared more about what they did than I did, and more about them than I did, which has to be a whole lot. But He just had a better plan.
Oh boy. If I had to pick one, I've had some trying times with some of my children. I don't know that there's been a real magical moment, but not to get emotional, but I have a daughter that's a victim of domestic violence. And my magical moment was when she needed help, she reached out to me.
My motherhood magical moment is creating these memorable, meaningful moments and then orchestrating it is being intentional about doing so to create those moments. Like moments don't just happen, make every moment count.
My motherhood magical moment would be when we leaned into the nonprofit world as a family and we asked our children, what are things in our home that make it a comfortable space? And as we leaned in together, that all of a sudden down home became a greater vision than I could have ever imagined. But we did it together as a family.
Let's see, that motherhood is just a beautiful experience that allows you to witness all the miracles in life.
I think the motherhood magical moment is just when I see my kids get it, something that I've been working on them learning, and that aha moment, the light bulb comes on and they get it and they're kind to their friend or they make the good choice. I love that moment.
I actually go back to that first 6 months of having Josie in my arms and the time alone that we would spend in her nursery, in a recliner, listening to the radio. Music is a part of our lives, and so it's always on.
I think something that is so magical is the fact that we think we're teaching them, but they're actually teaching us. So I feel like the fact that we think it's them, but it's actually us that's learning through the process is the most magical part of the whole entire journey.
Magic isn't always exciting and the doves come out of the hat. Magic is really, it's trickery. Sure, the magic is time fleets by, but at the end of it too, it really is something that is constantly there to challenge you. And I love challenges. So I really do value that piece of it as well.
That changes from moment to moment. And the biggest magical moments is just being able to realize that what we think motherhood is like isn't. And it may seem like it's overwhelming at times, but if we use each of our moments to create our own story, then we have our own magic within every day of being a mom.
My motherhood magical moments are when I found out that I was pregnant with my first daughter. She had a heart condition, and we were given the opportunity to terminate her. And I decided to give her an opportunity to see the world. I was able to hold her very briefly and let her know that she was wanted and I loved her. Although she did not live past the 2 days, it was a beautiful, magical moment to give her a chance at life.
I think taking these children to adulthood and allowing them to flourish and kind of spread their wings and see where they go, that's the magical moment that I'm living in right now.
One is my son Dylan struggled greatly with his physical health and his lungs several years ago. My younger son has struggled with alcoholism. He has come to me. I've helped him. I thank God every day that they both in their struggles knew they could always come to me and we would work together to find solutions. That's the magic of motherhood.
Never giving up when not even your kids, not yourself, no matter how hard life throws a lot of tomatoes at you, still try. So you could cry, you can yell, get it out. But at the end of the day, wipe your face, smile, find that inner strength just to keep going. At the end of the day, every second counts.
When they were given to me and when I looked into their eye, felt like all of time was banned in their eyes. I felt like they were part of this world. I also felt like the historical piece of all of time was resting in their eyes.
Motherhood magical moment for me wasn't one huge moment. It's attributed to many little different moments. A little kiss when you need it most, a hug or a squeeze, a handwritten note, some little giggles around the corner. That's what touches my heart. That's what brings me so much joy. And to see the world through their eyes, those are my magical moments.
Well, my other magical moments are several. The first one is my oldest boy. Suddenly he said, Mom, I love you so much that I will marry you.
Such a privilege to be a mom, and that the magical moments are actually a compilation of all the small moments, and that each one of my children gave me a gift. My son gave me strength, emotional strength. My daughter gave me patience, and my other daughter, Olivia, gave me grace.
My motherhood magical moment was when my son was actually able to write like a small sentence and understand what he wrote. So he reads, but he doesn't understand what he reads. My magical moment is his first accomplishments when it came to academics, how good he felt, or when he was able to say, Mom, I'm able to turn this assignment in.
As a child, I didn't really honestly feel very heard much. And so I think it gave me this perspective of what I want to provide in my home. And so, especially in adopting children who've come through some really hard things, not only giving them a safe place to land, but really focusing on, with all 5 of my children, listening. I tell my kids that I am learning to be a mom, and I will learn until the day I die. I am not perfect, and I think that humbleness is just so engaging with my kids.
So my favorite thing about motherhood right now is when me and my kids are just like cuddling up together. And my kids are still small, and I get to just be with them and snuggle with them. That's like a magical moment for me.
The magic for me is that we give so much to our kids and sacrifice so much, but yet we are changed. As women, we are forever changed with the experiences that we have. And that is amazing and magical to me.
Watching my son grow and who he has become, every stage was a magical moment.
So many wonderful, magical motherhood moments. I think seeing my children firstborn and taking their first breath, seeing them accomplish hard things. Also, magical motherhood moments, meeting other moms that can understand what you're going through and that you can connect with and that you can support each other has been a magical motherhood moment as well.
You know, from that first time that they put a baby in your arms to your teenage son coming in and saying, "You're a great mom," and you feel valued for what you do the day in and the day out and the unsung.